Life is a continuous succession of problems. They are like waves from the ocean. They never stop. That is why it is very important that you and I should be able to develop self-discipline, have self-mastery, self-control over every problems that arise from our daily encounters. Now in this video, I'm going to show you the 9 practical steps that you can follow in order to solve every problem in your journey of life and to become a successful person. These are lessons I've learned from the book called No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline, which was written by Tracy. This is one of the best books I've read in my entire reading journey, and it has helped me shape my life. So I know it will also help you whilst I share whatever I've learned from this book with you. So stay with me, be with me. The channel is King Obed. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's continue to grow together. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and let's continue to build ourselves in this journey of life together. Step 1 is to take the time to define every problem clearly. So in our journey of life, when problem arises, we should take the time off to be able to define particularly what is it, what is the actual problem that we are facing in this organization or in our lives. So it's better to have clarity about the problem and therefore to get everybody on board to accept the definition of the problem in order to move on to finding a lasting solution to the problems. There are times we happen to be in an organization or in a company, and therefore when problem arises, we have different definitions of the problems. So it is very important that every individual, if you want to be a problem solver in your life, in your organization, first of all, have a clear definition of what actually the problem is. The second step the author identifies in solving every problem is that ask, is it really a problem? So there are some things in this life that you can do nothing about. So there are some things which are just merely facts of life. And therefore, if those things happen, you must see them as an opportunity in disguise and for you to work towards it, so that in doing so, these are some of the things that you can take advantage of to be able to build upon or do something completely different from what you have been doing previously in order to make your organization and your life better. So for instance, it might not be entirely something that you can do something about, but you leave it and you do something completely different from the problem. Step 3 is that you must be able to ask, what else could be the problem? So the best way to find a solution to problems is that you be able to ask more questions and able to find more problems that is surrounding that particular problem that you've identified. So the more you are able to ask questions, the more you are able to find best possible solution to that problem. So for instance, if your sales in the business is going down, you must ask various ways and means in which you think that is contributing to the low sales you are encountering. Now, in doing so, you'll be able to find out particularly what specifically that problem you are dealing with, and in order to bring a lasting solution to that particular problem. Fourth step that you can use to effectively solve every problem in your life or organization is to ask, how did this problem occur? Now you must seek to understand the root causes of the problem. In doing so, you are able to find and understand how the problem occurred. So if a problem occurs repeatedly in your organization or in your life, it means that there is a defect somewhere that is giving rise to the problems. Now it is your duty as an individual or a leader in your organization or company to find the root causes of this particular problem and to be able to deal with that particular problem, so that you'll be able to make your organization one of the best and your life one of the best. So the fifth step that the author identifies in solving every problem effectively is that you must ask yourself, what are all the possible solutions? So for every problem, once you outline all the possible solutions, you are able to come out with the right solution for that problem. So for instance, the quantity of your solutions is a direct proportion to the quality of the right solution that you come, or the right choice that you come out with to be able to deal with that particular problem. The sixth step for solving every problem that Brian Tracy identifies in his book called No Excuses, the Power of Self-Discipline is the fact that you must ask yourself, what is the best possible solution at this time? So the point is that any solution is better than no solution. And even if you have an average solution, it is better than, having an excellent solution that nobody can apply to the problem at hand. So the point is that 80% of the problems that we face is supposed to be solved immediately. Well, therefore, about 20% of it can be, shifted later. And therefore, we tend to have a look at it. So any problem that we are facing in our lives can, have a best possible solution. But the point is that when we leave these problems, it becomes, something greater than which we ever thought. So the seventh step that the author identifies in solving every problem effectively is that make a decision, select a solution, any solution, and decide on the next course of action. Now you must ask yourself, what will be our next action? What are we going to do now? The eighth step that the author identifies in solving every problem effectively is that you must assign responsibility. So you must give responsibility to people in the organization or company who is going to carry out the solution, or which part of the solution that every individual is going to carry out. So there might be situations where people meet to discuss solutions, but because people are not given individual roles to play, they come back to meet on that particular solution and nothing has been done or nothing has been achieved because people were not given individual roles. So if you want to make, a decision, if you want to bring a problem to an end, when you meet, assign different roles or assign responsibilities to the individuals within the setup in order to get things done properly. The ninth and the last point the author talks about in relation to solving every problem effectively is the fact that you must be able to set a measure for the decision. Now you have to let us know what you are trying to achieve or accomplish with this solution. How are you going to measure the results? And how will you know that it worked? So these are the 9 points that Brian Tracy states in his book called No Excuses, the Power of Self-Discipline in using to solve every problem effectively, whether in your business, in your organization, in your company, in your own life. These are the things you can follow to effectively address every problem. So thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, King Obed,